Hello YouTube, this is the Bucket coming at you today with a Palmetto State Armory PX9 pistol caliber carbine. This is a 10.5 inch barreled upper on a AR-15 style lower with an SBA-3 brace, chambered or set to set up Glock magazines in the 9mm. These beautiful firearms come with the bolt carrier group with the charging handle. Now, I bought this particular firearm in two pieces. I bought the lower, which was the firearm, which was sent to my FFA, and then I went ahead and I bought this upper, which was sent directly to my house. Unfortunately, when you do that with the Palmetto State, they send that as two separate packages, which means you're paying double the shipping fees. Also, Palmetto State Armory likes to charge the tax, even if you're in a state that doesn't require it. So I ended up having to pay tax on this as well, which was no bueno, but it was still cheaper than buying it together. When I looked it up today, these were retailing for $800 from the Palmetto State Armory, and buying a blem, which just has some form of a blemish. In this particular case, I couldn't find one. They say sometimes there's some irregularity in the bluing. Sometimes they say there's a ding, and often it's in a barrel underneath the handguard, which in this particular case is an M-lock handguard with the Picatinny upper. Now, you'll see that I've already hung some stuff on this, and let's talk about that right now. When you buy a pistol caliber carbine, you have to understand what you're going to be using it for. In my case, I have an AR-15 with a beautiful Leopold scope on it, so if it's anything over 50 yards, I'm going to be taking that out. So when I need to hang something to shoot this with, I do not need the most accurate red dot. So I went on the Amazon, and I found this particular deal. It's the Sikvis. This is a Chinese red dot, gives you a little bit of information on it there. I like the fact that it came with a red dot, came with the upper. It did come with some other stuff here, which was pretty nice. Gave you the tools you needed to mount it. Came with the cleaning pad, came with the instruction manual, which in this particular case is an LPX20. I know I said that was an upper, but it was a riser, and everything I needed to mount it. So I went ahead and I put that on there, and I wanted to make sure she was on target, so I used my patented laser Bore X laser sight. Uh-oh, just threw a battery down there. Let's put that right back in there. And I was surprised when I went ahead and I mounted that on there. This particular red dot was on target right when I took it out of the box. And so again, you go ahead, you put that bore sight in the bore, and it lined up right away. When you have it on set 11, it's going to show up nice and bright, which was nice. It lined up right away. It has these beautiful rubber covers to go ahead and put on it as well. So that was nice that it was lined up. As far as the iron sights, this is from a company called Armax, A-R-M-A-A-X, flip-up sights. These were a couple $20. And when we look at these are pretty cool. They are all metal. They do flip up. They do have fiber optic inserts, which that's pretty cool as well. Now, some of you are going to say to me, the Bucket, you have these sights mounted on there backwards. Well, unfortunately, a few years back, I was at the Goat Whisperer's Ranch. It was in the summer. I was actually shooting with the big baby Bucket, and I picked up a tick. And when my wife saw that tick on the back of my neck, she just ripped her right out of the back of my neck. And unfortunately, that tick left a present, and that present was Rocky Mountain Spotted Fever. Now, I didn't pick up on what that was doing to me until about 3 months later. I was dead in the right eye. So while I might be right-handed, and I might shoot with my right hand when I'm using the pistols, unfortunately, when I've got a gun a little bit larger than a one-handed affair, I got to use the left eye. So when I mount my long arms, I go ahead and I mount them on the left side. So that can be a little awkward for some people, but it works out okay for me. So I purchased this firearm. I was excited about this firearm, and some people ask what's going to be the benefit of a pistol caliber carbine. Over 50 yards, I'm going to use my AR-15 with the 223, the 5.56, but that's an expensive round to shoot. So I like to shoot something that I might be using at the range. And this becomes a really, really fun thing to shoot. Now, I went ahead and I went out shooting with my brothers. Now, that's the Bacon Bucket and the Papa Smurf. And the Papa Smurf even brought his eldest, his progeny, and that would be the big Papa Smurf. And when the big baby Papa Smurf came out with his dad and with the Bacon Bucket, we went out and we took this particular firearm out. I had recently picked up the Walther PDP 5-inch, which if you haven't checked out my video, this is a very, very accurate gun. I love this gun. This is a quality firearm. I also went ahead and took out my H&K P7 PSP. Now, this particular firearm is known to be super, super accurate. It's got a fixed barrel, extremely low bore axis, very, very easy shooter. And then just for fun, I may have been bragging a little bit, I went ahead and I took out my SIG P49. Now, this is not a SIG Sauer. This is a Swiss-made P49, which is generally considered the best military firearm ever produced. This thing is super accurate. I have rung steel at 100 yards, and I'm not a distance shooter with this particular firearm. Now, when I took these three firearms out to the range, my brothers and their son, who is not particularly none of them are shooters like I am, they could shoot okay, they could shoot okay, they could shoot okay. For what experience they've had at the range, nothing to be ashamed about. But when they put this gun in their hand and they had a 3-point hold, shoulder, grip, barrel, they were hitting 98 to 100% accuracy every single time. The Bacon Bucket had a broken left hand, and he's left-handed legit. So he was literally holding the hand with a cast in his hand, holding with the other one, and he was still hitting accurately at 20 to 25 yards. This particular firearm is a great firearm for somebody that may not have a lot of time to spend at the range. It allows them to be accurate, to put the bullets where they need to go. It's a great novice firearm, and I shot accurate with it. The Bacon Bucket shot accurately with it. The Papa Smurf shot accurately with it. Big baby Papa Smurf shot accurately with it. Now, I will tell you a couple things about this firearm that you should think about. First of all, it does not come with a magazine. So I bought this cheap used PMag, and I had a couple failures to feed, some failures to extract. Something to think about. From a lot of the videos I've watched, when you use an OEM magazine, you're not going to have that same problem. Something to think about. Also, OEM not. There is no last round hold open. Now, you can pull it back and then pull out the bolt hold open, and you can have it held open, which is fine, but that is going to be something to think about. Also, because this well is really designed for a 223, 5.56 for a rifle round, that lends itself to more places for those casings to extract, to get caught up. Again, from all the videos I've ever seen, if you're running OEM mags, you're not going to run into that problem, but it's something to think about, that you want to be able to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. I think this is a great toy to play with at the range, but I also believe that this is a great option for a family in apartments and houses for self-protection. This is something, because it's pistol caliber size, but also pistol size barrel. You can get into house hallways very, very easily. This could be very, very accurate. And because you're going to end up with that accuracy at the range. It's a lot of fun to play with. It's a lot of fun to practice with. And it's a lot of fun to make sure that you're keeping your family safe. Anybody that wants to take this out, look at it at PSA. That's Palmetto State Armory. You can buy it as a complete package. You can buy a lower. You can buy an upper. I like the blems. I've never seen anything that wasn't beautiful or very, very high quality from the blems from Palmetto State Armory. Again, I will tell you that this upper, not this upper, sorry, this red dot by Sikvis was ready to go right out of the box, gave me everything that I needed. If you were wanting to take long distance shots, maybe not so much. It isn't the most tight red dot in the world, but for 20 to 40 yards of shooting, this is going to give you all the accuracy you need. I really liked Amax's 45-degree sights. They were very, very easy to pick up. They seem very, very strong, sturdy. They're all metal design. Just a wonderful, wonderful package if you're ever thinking about getting something. If you have any questions, please put it down in the comments below. All the likes are appreciated. I'd love it when I get a new subscriber. And if you want to share this with somebody that's thinking about buying a pistol caliber carbine, please, please, please feel free to do so. And as always, you stay classy, YouTube. Little baby bucket, do you want to live in California?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not a compliment.